profile diagram, then the information about the structure of the transition states becomes very, very important if you want to write the mechanism of the reactions. And you know that the transition states are imaginary and we don't have any experimental evidences about their structure. So we need to draw their structure on the basis of structure of the
intermediate,
either intermediate or reactant or products. So those which are closer to the energy to the transition state, from their structure we can draw the structure of the transition state. So for writing the structure of the transition state, the Hammond has given a postulate, and his statement is like this. If two states, see, very, very important, if two states, as for example, a transition state and an unstable intermediate, occur consecutively during a reaction process and have nearly the same energy content, their interconversion will involve only a small reorganization of molecular structure. So this is the postulate of the Hammond. What he said, if two states, as for example, a transition state and an unstable intermediate, occur consecutively during a reaction process and have nearly the same energy content, their interconversion will involve only a small reorganization of molecular structure. See, so if two, either you have a transition state and unstable intermediate, or you have the reactant, or even you have the product. So if they have nearly the same energy, once they have nearly the same energy, naturally they undergoes in conversion, and when they undergoes in conversion, they involve a small reorganization of molecular structure. Means during a interconversion, the reorganization means the change of the molecular structure is very little. So if we know the structure of one, we can draw the structure of the other. So this is how we can get the structure of the transition state. So again, or in very simple words, the structure of the transition state is closer to the species to which it is closer in energy. Means जो transition state आपके पास है, उसका structure जो होगा, that is closer to the structure to which it is closer in energy. Just see here, if they are having the same energy content, their interconversion will involve only a small reorganization of molecular structure. So there is a very small reorganization in the molecular structure if you have the same energy content. So if the energy difference is very large, then other things also comes and we draw the structure of the transition state by some other ways. But if the energy content is almost same, and if their energy content is, for example, almost same, then the structure of the transition state is almost nearly to the species to which it is closer in energy. So this is the crux of the statement of the Hammond, that is, the structure of the transition state is closer to the species to which it is closer in energy, and the important thing here is that their energy content must be almost same, or we have a very small difference in the energy content. Now let us see this diagram. This is reaction energy diagram illustrating Hammond postulate. One is early transition structure resembles a reactant, this one, the transition state here, and this is early and late. Early word we use when transition state comes very early or it is closer in energy to the reactant, and late when the structure resembles to either intermediate or the product, means it comes later. See, this is the reactant and this is the transition state. So the energy difference between these two is very, very small, and the structure of this transition state is very, very close to the structure of the reactant. So we say these as early transition state, right? Which comes very early to the, when you start from the reactant. Then this is the late. You have started from the reactant, you go to the transition state, but if this transition state then comes closer to either intermediate or the product, so the energy difference is also not very large between this intermediate either or product and the transition state. So this is the late transition state structure. Here we have a late because it comes after some time from the reactant, and this is early because it goes very early, it reaches very early, you start from the reactant. And this is the transition state, which is not early, not late, because you started from the reactant and after some time, after it goes to the product. So this is not early, not late, this is early, this is late. So if you see here, this reactant and the transition state, the energy difference is very, very small, and this transition, the energy of this transition state is closer to the reactant. So the structure of the transition state is very close to the reactant. And if you see this one here, the difference in energy of transition state and either intermediate or product is very small. So the structure of this transition state is very close to the structure of either intermediate or product. But in this case, the difference between the structure energy of the reactant and the transition state is very large, and because of this, the structure of transition state may or may not resemble to a reactant. But in these cases, it is definitely resembles to structure of reactant, and here it resembles to structure of the product. So here this is your highly exothermic reactant, and then you have a loss of a lot of energy is released. So this is very, very exothermic reaction, and this is very, very endothermic reaction, right? So you can see here in case A, reaction is highly exothermic with low activation energy. You need a very small amount of energy to cross this energy barrier. It follows from Hammond postulate that transition state will resemble a reactant because two are close in energy and interconverted by a small structural change, right? In case B, a reactant and product are not very close in energy. So in such case, neither the reactant nor the product is a good model for the transition state. They not card them, right? ये extra है. In case C, a reaction is highly endothermic and structure of transition state might be closer to the product or the intermediate. So this is what Hammond postulate says. So the structure of the transition state is closer to the species to which it is closer in energy, but condition is that the difference in energy of the transition state and either intermediate or product or the reactant, this not be very, very large. Let us take one example and then we draw the structure of the transition state. Now, the addition of HCl to the propene. See, Now, if you add HCl to this one, we have two ways. One, this attacks H plus, CH2 get H plus and it becomes CH3 and we have a positive charge on here, which is this one. Another, this goes like this way, the H goes to this one, so we have CH2 and then positive charge on the CH. So we have two possibilities for the formation of carbocations. One, primary carbocation, the other one is the secondary
Secondary
carbocation.
carbocation.
So out of these two, this carbocation is more stable than this one. So we have more possibility of formation of this carbocation and less possibility of formation of this carbocation. So then Cl negative will add and we will get this product as a, this is the minor one and this is the major. So here we have two possibilities of formation of two products, right? See, let us now draw the energy profile diagram. Now one, this is the energy of the reactant, which is 2-propene. When you react this with HCl, we have one energy profile diagram for this one. This is more stable, having low energy. This is less stable, having high energy. So when we go from here to here, we have one transition state, which is TS1. And when you move from here to here, we have another transition state, which is TS2. So this is more stable product. So we have now lesser energy for this one and we have slightly more than this one, but less than the reactant, right? So this product is having energy less than the reactant and more than this one. So this is formed as a minor, or we can say in lesser amount, and this one is in small higher amount. And for this one, this is the transition state 3 for formation of carbocation, primary carbocation. This is transition state 4 for the formation of this 1-chloropropane. So this is how we can draw the energy profile diagram. So just a minute. Okay, so when you add HCl to propene, we will get two products, and so we have written here two energy profile diagrams starting from the same reactant. One follows this path, which Mr. Ma'am, कपूर साहब हैं, इधर ही हैं डिपार्टमेंट में, तो वाइवा चल रहे हैं, क्लास चल रही है, नहीं कोई नहीं, हाँ जी. So we have two energy profile diagrams. One is this one with lesser energy and this one with slightly higher energy. Now let us draw the structure of the transition state on the basis of Hammond postulate. Now see here, the structure 1, the structure of transition state 1. The Hammond postulate says the structure of transition state 1 is closer to the species to which it is closer in energy, right? So this transition state is closer in energy to this secondary carbocation and not to this reactant. So the structure of this transition state is closer to the structure of this carbocation. Now you see here, what is this structure? This is CH3, then CH, and then CH2. Now what happens? If you see this structure here, your H the H of this HCl, this is being attached to this CH2. So ये जो H हमारे पास है, ये इस कार्बन के साथ जुड़ रहा है. So we have a CH3 here. So this CH2, now this H is now being attached. So a partial bond is formed between CH2 and H, right? So, and your Cl negative, this remained attached with H plus. So we have a partial negative charge on Cl and a partial positive charge on H, because this is not completely attached to CH2. So we have a partial bond formation between this carbon and H of HCl, and a partial bond formation between H and Cl of HCl. So this bond is not completely broken, this bond is not completely formed. And if you see this structure, we don't have a double bond. So this means this bond is also partially breaking, right? So if you see the structure of the intermediate, this one, we can very easily draw the structure of this one, because the structure of TS1 is closer to the structure of the intermediate carbocation. So again, I will repeat this. If you see the structure here, you have a CH3 here, means this CH2 is being attached to H1. So in transition state, this is not completely attached, this is partial, so dotted. This is partially broken, so dotted. This is partially broken, so dotted. If you want to put here the charge, so you can put here the partial positive charge, so delta plus on this CH also, if you want to, because these two electrons are now moving towards this carbon. So we have there is a partial positive charge is being developed on this carbon, if you see the structure of the intermediate. So I think we can easily draw the structure of the transition state 1 if we know the structure of this one, right? ये clear है आपको?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now let us go to structure of transition state 2. Now again, the transition state 2 is closer in energy to this intermediate and not closer to the product. So according to Hammond postulate, the structure of transition state 2 is similar or very close to the structure of your intermediate carbocation. Now let us see. This is the carbon plus and we have a Cl negative. So there is a partial bond formation between this carbon and Cl. So this is not completely attached. So we have a partial negative charge, and also this is not completely attached to Cl. So still we have a partial positive charge. So we can very easily write down the structure of the transition state if we know the structure of this intermediate, because both TS1 and TS2, they are closer in energy to the structure to the carbocation intermediate. So this is how we can draw the structure of the transition state. Now TS3. Now in TS3 also, this energy of this transition state is closer to your this carbocation and not either to reactant or to the product. So according to Hammond postulate, the structure of the transition state 3 is close to the structure of the intermediate, which is your primary carbocation. So let us see here. Now if you will see this one and this one, here your H is attached to this one, so it is partially attached to this carbon, and this bond is partially broken, partially formed, and this is partially broken. And if you want to put, you can put here partial positive charge on this carbon, because the electrons are now moving toward this carbon. So it is, this bond is partially breaking. So we have a partial positive charge on this carbon. So we can very easily draw the structure of the transition state 3. Now the structure of transition 4, state 4. So the energy of this transition state 4 is closer to your intermediate, this one. So according to Hammond postulate, the structure of transition state 4 is closer to the structure of your intermediate. So this is a plus and you have a Cl negative. So a partial bond formation between this carbon and this Cl. So since this is not completely attached, we have a partial negative charge. Again, this is not completely attached, so we have a partial positive charge. So we can now very easily draw the structure of the transition states only if we know the structure of the intermediate, and the energy gap must be very less between the transition state and your intermediate or your product. So I think you take different reactions, different examples, and then try to draw the structure of the transition states. And if you have some doubt, we can discuss those in the next lecture. तो अगर आपको लगे कहीं पे कोई दिक्कत है तो आप लोग मुझे पूछ सकते हैं. So this is our Hammond postulate. तो ये मुझे लगता है अगर आपको क्लियर है तो then we will move to. तो अगर आपको लगता है ये क्लियर है तो हम फिर नेक्स्ट में चलें.
यस सर.
अगर इसमें किसी को डाउट है तो आप पूछ सकते हो, अदरवाइज वी विल मूव टू द नेक्स्ट प्रिंसिपल.
क्लियर है सर.
ठीक है. So let us now go to this one. So this another is your Curtin-Hammond principle. So this is also a very important principle, and this basically gives us the proportion of the products. This is basically related to the proportion of the products. To explain this, let us have some take one example where we have two conformational isomers and both are in rapid equilibrium. So we have two conformational isomers. You know what are conformational isomers?
Yes.
पता है आपको क्या होते हैं conformational isomers? We have two. One is conformational isomers and configurational isomers. What is the difference?
Sir, conformational isomers are those which can be interconverted just by rotation about the sigma bond. But in the case of configurational isomers, the interconversion would require bond breaking and bond remaking.
So just like I gave you example, you have a cyclohexane. So we have two very important conformational isomers. One is chair form, another is the boat form. ये तो पढ़ा हुआ है ना आप लोगों ने, इसलिए मैं आपको बता रहा हूं. तो ऐसे बीच में तो बहुत सारे हैं, बट दो जो हैं यो हमारे पास, वन इज चेयर एंड अनदर इज द बोट. वन इज हाई एनर्जी, अनदर इज लो वन. देन कॉन्फ़िगरेशनल में आ गया आपके पास एनंथोमर्स. एक एनंथोमर्स की एग्जांपल आप ले सकते हो, आर एंड एस. सो दे हैव डिफरेंट अरेंजमेंट इन स्पेस. तो वो रोटेशन से बनते हैं, लेकिन ये जो है आपके पास ये फ्री रोटेशन अबाउट कार्बन कार्बन सिंगल बॉन्ड. एक को पकड़ो, थोड़ा सा घुमाओ, एक कंफर्मेशन आइसोमर, फिर घुमाओ, तीसरा, चौथा. तो यू कैन राइट इनफाइनाइट नंबर ऑफ कंफर्मेशनल आइसोमर्स, लेकिन कॉन्फ़िगरेशनल में ऐसा नहीं है. तो और रैपिड इक्विलिब्रियम में कब होंगे ये? व्हेन दे आर इन रैपिड इक्विलिब्रियम. कब हो सकते हैं? When they are in rapid equilibrium. है कोई आइडिया?
No,
नहीं.
sir.
See, one isomer is changing to the another isomer which is coming back to the original one. See, A is going to B and B is coming to A. So this happens when the energy gap between two is very, very small, and the energy required to cross the energy barrier in going from A to B is very, very small, which you will get at the room temperature. तो अगर रूम टेम्परेचर में उतनी एनर्जी आपको मिल जाएगी तो वो घूमते रहेंगे आगे पीछे, सो दे आर इन रैपिड इक्विलिब्रियम। और अगर उसमें गैप ज्यादा है तो नेचुरली दिस कम बैक ओनली व्हेन यू सप्लाई द डेल्टा जी हैश फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन। सो इन दिस केस they undergoes rapid interconversion when the delta the free energy of activation is very, very small, and that is available at room temperature or even less than that also. कई बार आपने सुना होगा एक वर्ड, we can freeze the conformation। वो कैसे फ्रीज करते हैं? Room temperature पे they are interconvertible because the free energy of activation required to move from A to B and B to A is available at room temperature. If you decrease the temperature to 0, the energy becomes very, very less, which is less than the energy of free energy of activation. So it can be freezed. तो हम उसको एनर्जी जितनी चाहिए उससे कम कर देते हैं तो वो क्रॉस नहीं कर सकते, तो दे कैन बी फ्रीज। सो वी कैन फ्रीज द कन्फर्मेशनल आइसोमर्स, राइट? ये क्लियर हो गया? सो प्लीज यू म्यूट योर ऑडियो। Suppose A, now it is clear this line, suppose A and B are the conformational isomers. So these are the conformational isomers and both are in rapid equilibrium because the free energy of activation which is required to move from A to B and B to A is very, very small, and this is available at room temperature. So this is why they are undergoing interconversion. In a chemical reaction, they are interconverting each other. K, this is a small kb, rate of forward reaction. This is rate of reverse reaction. So they are moving. This is going to B, B is coming back to A. This is rate constant for the forward. This is rate constant for the backward. So in a chemical reaction, A gives C. When we carry out chemical reaction with any reagent, this is small k, which is rate constant for this formation of C. So A gives C and B gives D. We are using the same reagent क्योंकि both are interconvertible, तो बीच में हमने कोई reagent डाल दिया, तो this reacts with that reagent to give C, this reacts with that reagent to give us D. Both C and D may be different substances. They can be different or they can be the conformers of the same substance like this. तो ये ध्यान से इसको देखो क्योंकि इसी से हम आगे एक्सप्लेन कर पाएंगे कर्टन-हैमर्ट प्रिंसिपल क्या है। बोथ A and B are undergoing interconversion। क्यों जा रहे हैं वो मैंने आपको बता दिया। A and B, to this we add some reagent. A reacts with that reagent, it gives us C. B reacts with that reagent and it gives us D. Both A and C may be different substances or they may be the conformers of the same substance, right? तो हमारे पास जो क्वेश्चन है जो हम इससे सॉल्व करना चाहते हैं कर्टन-हैमर्ट प्रिंसिपल में, वो क्या है? How much C is formed, how much D is formed, means relative proportions of C and relative proportions of D. अगर हम ये कहें कि हमारे पास जो A है ये 60% है और जो B है वो 40% है, तो हम ये कहें कि ये हमें 60 बनना चाहिए, ये 40 बनना चाहिए। अगर हम इस डायग्राम को सिंपल देखें, फॉर एग्जाम्पल हमारा जो ए है दिस इज 60% एंड बी इज 40%। तो अगर हम देखें तो ज्यादा अमाउंट ये है, तो नेचुरली हमें सी 60 मिलना चाहिए और ये 40 मिलना चाहिए, राइट? ये क्लियर है ना? इज इट क्लियर?
Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
the proportion of C and D, this is not dependent on the proportion of A and B, but it depends upon the free energy of activation. If here free energy of activation is less and here free energy of activation is more, we will get more of this one and less of this one. Or say this is 60%, but free energy of activation here is more, here is less. We will get this as a major product and we will get this as a minor product. So this has been given by Curtin and Hammett. तो क्वेश्चन समझ आ गया कि the answer हमें कर्टन हैमट प्रिंसिपल ने ये कहा, the proportion of C and D, this is independent of the proportion of A and B, but dependent on the free energy of activation for formation of C and free energy of activation for formation of C. Lesser the free energy of activation for formation of C, more is product this one, less is product this one, whether you have a more here, right? Let us now see. So this is our example. तो ये तो मैंने बता दिया A से B और उसके बाद ये देंगे C और D. So this is the example. So this is our A. So this is our axial here and here equatorial. So we have both these are in a rapid interconversion because the free energy of activation required to move from A to B and B to A is very, very small, which is available at room temperature. So they are in rapid interconversion. When you treat this with hydrogen peroxide and hydrogen peroxide is an oxidizing agent, this will oxidize. So tertiary amines can be oxidized to nitrogen oxide, ordinary nitrogen oxide. So N plus here, O minus here, N plus here, O minus here. So this is the example. जो A gives C and B gives D. So A gives C and B gives D. Both C and D may be the different substances or may be the conformers of the same isomer, same substance. Now, the Curtin and Hammett have given principle for such reactions. तो इस टाइप की रिएक्शन के लिए हमें कर्टन और हैमट ने प्रिंसिपल दिया था। क्या कहा था उन्होंने? अकॉर्डिंग टू कर्टन एंड हैमट, द रिलेटिव अमाउंट्स ऑफ C and D, the relative amounts of C and D is independent of the relative proportions of two conformers A and B. So this is independent of the relative amounts, relative proportions of two conformers A and B, but depends upon the difference in free energy of the transition states. इसके ऊपर डिपेंड करता है difference in free energy of the transition states, provided that the rate of reaction is slower than the conformational interconversion. तो हमारा जो रेट है रिएक्शन का, दिस मस्ट बी स्लोअर देन द रेट ऑफ इंटरकन्वर्जन। ये एक राइडर है कि रेट जो है, ये जो रेट है Kc, दिस मस्ट बी लेस देन द Ka और Kb, राइट? तो ये जो हमारे पास इनका रिलेटिव अमाउंट है जो दोनों का, this is independent of the amount of A or amount of B, but depends upon the difference in free energy of the transition states. Let us see this on the free energy diagram. So this is the energy profile diagram for the formation of C and D. Now see here, we have two conformers A and B, right? तो ये दोनों A और B हैं, वन इज हैविंग स्लाइटली लोअर एनर्जी एंड द अदर, और इनको इंटर कन्वर्जन के लिए इतनी एनर्जी चाहिए विच इज अवेलेबल एट रूम टेम्परेचर and they can go to B come to C because this amount of energy is available at room temperature and they are in rapid interconversion, right? For the formation of C, we have this energy profile diagram, and for the formation of D, we have this energy profile diagram. And if you see the energy profile diagram, चाहे ये 90% है और ये 10% है, जो चीज है जिसके ऊपर द प्रोपोर्शन डिपेंड करेगी वो ये आएगी, दिस जो ध्यान रखना आप लोग कि यहां से हमें ये पता चलता है कि जो प्रोडक्ट फॉर्मेशन है, दिस डिपेंड्स अपॉन द फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन, लेसर इज द फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन, मोर इज द प्रोडक्ट फॉर्मेशन. So we have another example here. So here we have methyl. So in earlier example again we have the methyl, बट अब आपको हमने दे दिया है दिस इज लेस स्टेबल तो हमारा कम होगा, दिस इज मोर स्टेबल तो हमारे पास ये n है बीच में ये जो बीच में है ये n है. तो जहां वहां पिछली जो एग्जांपल थी वहां हमने आपको कुछ नहीं बताया था अमाउंट के बारे में, बट नाउ वी कैन टेल यू दैट दिस इज लेस स्टेबल सो नेचुरली प्रेजेंट इन लेस अमाउंट, दिस इज मोर स्टेबल सो प्रेजेंट इन मोर अमाउंट. So when you carry out the reaction, so this is slower reaction, this is the fast reaction, and in this case we will get the major product, in this case we will get the minor product. Now you will draw the energy profile diagram for this particular reaction. वहां हमने अंधेरे में लिख दिया क्योंकि हमें मालूम था कौन सा मेजर कौन सा माइनर है, तो हमारे हिसाब से ये मेजर है इफ यू सी दिस डायग्राम, ठीक है. लेकिन जहां हमने आपको बता दिया है, अगर नहीं बताया है तो आप कोई भी लिख सकते हो जस्ट ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ स्टेबिलिटी, तो आप कोई भी लिख सकते हो क्योंकि आपको पता ही नहीं है जहां पे. लेकिन जहां पे आपको पता है दिस इज मोर स्टेबल एंड दिस इज द मेजर प्रोडक्ट, दिस इज माइनर प्रोडक्ट, दिस इज लेस स्टेबल, तो अब आपको जो एनर्जी प्रोफाइल डायग्राम बनानी है जो जिसमें फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन इन दिस केस इज स्मॉल, free energy of activation in this case is large. So that is why you will get this as a major product and this as a minor product. So ये भी हो सकता है कई बार कि ये less stable है तो कम है, but your product may be the major. तो वो आप यहाँ से देखेंगे कि आपके पास जो प्रोडक्ट है वो आपका जो मेजर है उसमें आपकी जो फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन है वो कम होनी चाहिए, और जिसमें जो माइनर है उसमें फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन ज्यादा होनी चाहिए। तो वो चीजें सारी आप देख के उसके बाद आप एनर्जी प्रोफाइल डायग्राम ड्रा करेंगे। तो आप इसकी एनर्जी प्रोफाइल डायग्राम ड्रा करेंगे, और फिर कोई डाउट होगा तो मुझसे डिस्कस करेंगे, या और भी एग्जांपल आप लोग ले सकते हैं, वो भी आप लोग उसके हिसाब से जो एनर्जी प्रोफाइल डायग्राम्स हैं वो ड्रा कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि आपके पास बुक्स हैं, आप बुक्स लेके और उसमें से जो एग्जांपल्स हैं उसको प्रैक्टिस करिए आप लोग। तो एग्जाम में ये नहीं है कि यही वाली एग्जांपल्स आ सकती हैं, कोई और भी आ सकती है, ये ध्यान रखना आप लोग। तो जो भी मैं आपको देता हूं तो इसमें उसकी आप प्रैक्टिस करिएगा विद डिफरेंट डिफरेंट एग्जांपल, so that आपको कोई भी एग्जाम में आए तो you are able to draw the energy profile diagram or predict which product is formed as a major product and which product is formed as a minor product.
सर कल भी आपने एक ग्राफ दिया था तो मैंने
हाँ,
आपको व्हाट्सएप पे सेंड किया था, तो
देखा
आपने वो
आपने?
देखा था?
नहीं देखा मैंने वो, एक्चुअली कल बहुत ज्यादा बिजी रहे, तो आज
ओके
मैं
सर।
देखूंगा शाम को, जहां हम बहुत बिजी रहते हैं, सारा दिन मीटिंग चलती रहती है, तो
ओके
इसलिए
सर।
आज शाम को देखूंगा तो फिर आपको बताऊंगा मैं, ठीक है?
ओके सर, थैंक यू।
सर ऑफलाइन क्लास की कोई मीटिंग हुई है अभी तक?
10th को 10th के बाद उन्होंने रिव्यू करना है, 10th मार्च के बाद। तो पता नहीं आप 10th को मीटिंग करते हैं, 11th 12th को कब करते हैं, तो उसके बाद जो कुछ आउटपुट होगा वो आपको बताएंगे। अभी तक इन्होंने कोई मीटिंग करी नहीं है यूनिवर्सिटी ने। जो पहले मीटिंग हुई थी जिसमें ऑनलाइन का डिसाइड किया था, उन्होंने कहा था कि 10th मार्च को हम फिर रिव्यू करेंगे। अब वो 10th को मीटिंग होगी, 11th को जब भी मीटिंग होगी तो उसके बाद जो आउटकम होगा वो आपको बताएंगे आपको, ठीक है?
थैंक यू सर।
सर जो
अगर-
आपने एनर्जी प्रोफाइल डायग्राम डाली है,
हाँ,
अ,
ये वाले
नहीं
ये
सर,
वाले
सर हाँ जी सर। सर इसमें जो डी की एनर्जी है वो ज्यादा है सी से। अगर डी की एनर्जी कम हो जाए सी से, तब भी मेजर माइनर पे फर्क पड़ेगा?
नहीं, अगर कम होगा तो ये मेजर बनेगा ना। कर्टेन हैमर प्रिंसिपल तो यही तो बता रहा है आपको कि जो इनके अमाउंट जो हैं, जो प्रोपोर्शन है सी का और डी का, दिस डिपेंड्स अपॉन दिस फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन। अगर
सर,
इससे बोलो बोलो।
ये तो आप बोल रहे हो ना जो फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन, मैं उसकी बात कर रहा हूँ कि जो डी है, अगर उसकी फ्री एनर्जी कम हो सी से, सिर्फ फ्री एनर्जी,
ये इससे नीचे हो,
हाँ जी,
हाँ हाँ हाँ, even then you will get the product which is having lower free energy of activation.
ओके सर। सर इट मींस कि स्टेबिलिटी पे डिपेंड नहीं करेगा, क्योंकि अगर इसकी फ्री एनर्जी डी की कम हो जाएगी तो वो ज्यादा
हाँ,
स्टेबल होगा ना सी से।
वो बेशक ज्यादा होगा, लेकिन तभी मैंने आपको जो बताया था, जब हमने काइनेटिक रिक्वायरमेंट की बात करी थी, तो हमने आपको ये बताया था कि नेगेटिव फ्री एनर्जी इज द नेसेसरी कंडीशन। वो नेसेसरी है, होनी चाहिए, लेकिन अगर आप उसको फास्ट करना चाहते हैं, मेजरेबल रेट पे करना चाहते हैं, तो वी नीड अनदर क्वांटिटी एंड दैट इज द फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन। सो इसमें जिस अगर दो का कंपेयर कर रहे हैं आप, दो रिएक्शन का, जैसे एक ये है और एक ये है, जिसकी फ्री एनर्जी ऑफ एक्टिवेशन कम होगी दैट विल बी द मेजर प्रोडक्ट। लेकिन एक चीज और है उसमें, हो सकता है अगर डी आप फ्री एनर्जी नीचे ले जाते हैं तो हो सकता है ये भी वैल्यू कम हो जाए। वो तो डिपेंड करता है रिएक्शन प्रोफाइल के ऊपर,
ओके सर।
है ना? अगर डी इधर है और ये फिर भी आपके पास ज्यादा है, तो इन दैट केस सी इज द मेजर प्रोडक्ट।
ओके सर।
ठीक है? अच्छा, तो अभी कौन कौन, आज तो बड़े लोग हैं इसमें, कोई एक्स्ट्रा भी आ गए क्या?
नो सर, 2 स्टूडेंट्स नए आए हैं सर।
46 कहाँ से हो गए?
सर 2 स्टूडेंट्स नए ज्वाइन हुए।
सर न्यू एडमिशन।
लेकिन 46 तो आपके होने चाहिए एक स्टूडेंट और आने के बाद, 2 स्टूडेंट और आने के बाद। अभी तो 44 है हमारे पास। किसी ने 2 बार ज्वाइन किया या क्या किया है पता नहीं, या कोई और लोग तो नहीं आ गए इसमें। वो आप ऐसा करना मुसरत,
यस सर।
आप इसमें से वो निकाल लेना ना, इसमें से जो लोग ज्वाइन हैं